For decades, metal was cut with fire, gas, and plasma, and today with light. Oxyfuel, plasma, Waterjet, and fiber laser, 4 technologies, 1 mission: to transfer steel. Today, we'll compare them in speed, precision, maintenance, and efficiency to understand how we reach the most advanced era of metal cutting. But which one marked the biggest technological leap? Each method was born to solve a different problem. Some sought power, others speed, and others perfection. Let's see how each one works and what sets them apart. The Oxyfuel process was the first. It combines oxygen and fuel gas, acetylene or propane, to reach temperatures of over 5,400 Fahrenheit degree, melting and oxidizing the steel. Ideal for thick plates, even above 4 inches, and with a low investment cost. But its speed is limited, 8 to 20 inches per minute, and thermal deformation is high. Edges often require rework and gas consumption is constant. What if there were a way to cut thick steel without so much distortion?
Then came plasma, which uses an electric arc to ionize gas.
Raising it to more than 36,000 Fahrenheit degree, it cuts carbon steel, stainless, and aluminum at speeds of up to 100 inches per minute with a precision of about 0.5 millimeters. Fast and versatile, but it produces slag and burrs and requires constant consumables like nozzles and electrodes. Which technology managed to surpass plasma in cleanness and precision? The Waterjet cuts using water at pressure up to 60,000 psi, mixed with aracid powder. It can cut almost any material, metal, stone, glass, or ceramic. No heat, no distortion, but maintenance is constant and energy consumption is high. What if you could get that precision without depending on water? Before fiber came CO2 laser. It used carbon dioxide gas to generate a beam of 10,600 nanometers, perfect for acrylic, wood, or MDF. When it comes to metal, that wavelength isn't well absorbed, making CO2 unstable for cutting steel or aluminum. If CO2 couldn't master metal, what came next? Fiber laser changed everything. It converts electrical energy into a coherent beam of light at 1064 nanometers, delivered through fiber optics to the cutting head, where it's focused into a point finer than a human hair. It cuts steel, stainless, and aluminum with no physical contact, no friction, and minimal thermal distortion. It speeds up to 400 inches per minute, precision of 0.03 millimeters, and the ability to handle sheet for thin gauge to over 2 inches depending on power. Why did light become the most efficient way to cut metal? Each one dominates its field. Oxyfuel brings strength, plasma delivers speeds, Waterjets give precision, CO2 works best for non-metals, but fiber brings total efficiency. In practice, it's not just about cutting, it's about how long you can keep producing without stopping. Oxyfuel is simple, but gas-dependent, low maintenance, yes, but with high oxygen and fuel consumption. Nozzles last only 50 to 80 hours and pauses are frequent due to heat buildup. What technology managed to keep the fire burning without so much wear? Plasma brings power but also wear. It requires frequent replacement of nozzles, diffusers, and electrodes. The air supply must be completely dry and electrical calibrations are part of daily operation. Waterjet is precise but expensive. It uses 60,000 psi pumps, cells, and valves that work quickly. Abrasive consumption is continuous, and residues must be properly treated. Fiber laser is the final evolution. It uses no mirror or optical tubes. Its seal source lasts over 100,000 hours. And maintenance comes down to just 3 things. Replace the nozzles, replace the protective lens, clean the chiller and extractor filters. Oxyfuel was fire, plasma was the electric spark, Waterjet brought precision without heat, CO2 was the first step toward life, and the fiber, the ultimate evolution.